Welcome one and all to our little delve experiment into the depths of RuneScape. Now, as you can see here, this is the 2007 login screen of RuneScape for those who are around back in the day of this incredibly nostalgic point-to-click game. It's developed on a Java platform, and in all honesty, for being a Java platform game, had broken many records back in the days of its beginning. Now, as you can see here, the intro, the login screen is very basic, very simple login. It is nowhere near this basic and simple anymore, and this right here is the classic. To give you a little bit of background, is RuneScape started in what we now call more of the legacy format of combat controls, which was very basic point and click. There was nothing at all in relation to like WoW or those other platforms that are out there. It was very basic point and click combat controls. You could choose defense, offense, and then that would level you accordingly. Now, a lot of these mechanics are still the same. However, the game has morphed multiple times. Now, back in this time period here, there was an invisible barrier wilderness where you could just be lured without warning into a wilderness area where players could kill you. And, I went to those places before back in the day, and it was near apocalyptic. Kids screaming because they got suckered and then got murdered. I mean, it was weird. It was really weird, and it was a loot for all game. Well, now when they evolved away from that and they put the wilderness trench in, that caused a huge exodus of players from the PvP end of RuneScape to leave. So to revitalize this, they tried to keep the PVMers by offering a new combat system, which is called the it's EOC. And EOC is a team-oriented strategy. Is evolution of combat, is what it stands for. This evolution of combat is more like World of Warcraft, where you get buffed skills and abilities, and you can hit buffs as they buff up. You can also heal yourself, but it changed a lot of the controls. So again, many of the legacy old school control players got mad and left again. So RuneScape's experienced this time and time again. Thirdly, the next thing that caused an exodus was there was a free market system with no market, like player market or exchange market, that controlled the economy. What did RuneScape do? They locked down the economy, and then you had more people leave that were crafters and skillers that couldn't just sell their goods at the prices they wanted anymore. So then they left the game. So then RuneScape evolved and upgraded all the graphics in the game. So some of the players came back, but still, because of all the separation and all the lockdowns of all the things you could do, people stopped logging in. So there was a very mass exodus from RuneScape between the years of 2007 and 2012. Now, this entire time, of course, I'm fishing. Yeah. I'm just kidding, you know. But the world is evolving around you. So my original character from 2007 is still in that world that has changed 5 or 6 times, which is the mind-blowing thing. Like, and now when I log in, there's towns where there weren't towns before, mountains where there weren't mountains before. Gods are dead, other gods have appeared, troublemakers have appeared. So the world is constantly evolving, and people bitch about it and complain, and they leave and they come back. So what did Jagex do? What did RuneScape do? Well, they did several things. They created this Rune Orb or whatever, which is another server connected to the chat servers of the players in RuneScape. So you can talk to your friends that are actually not in RuneScape. They're in this other server game owned by Jagex that they can play other games which aren't RuneScape. So that managed to get some new players just involved. Okay, well, now you still got the separation of old school controls that don't exist anymore and the new school controls. So you lose all these legacy player control players that leave. So what does RuneScape do? What does Jagex do? They release dual controls. So now you can play either you can play either legacy or evolution of combat system, both.
Hey guys, I'm back with another countdown video for you all, suggested by Lawrence, and they wanted to see the top.
So the problem here is what? Okay, now you've got legacy control players and you got evolution of combat players. Evolution of combat players can heal themselves. They can do all these special abilities. They buff their powers, da-da-da. Well, unleash these two onto PvP servers, and oh my freaking God. So now it turns into this whole legacy's better than EOC, EOC's better than legacy, blah, 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 blah. So it screwed everything up, and everybody's fighting and arguing. So then what do? They make legacy-only servers, EOC-only servers, EOC and legacy both servers, where they can all PvP to their own formula, and they're still not happy. So RuneScape has gone through all these evolutions. So they're still not happy. What does RuneScape do? Okay, so RuneScape goes, okay, well, you know what? We're going to take Legacy, the old control system, and the old RuneScape world that you've already beaten and smashed, and we're going to re-release it as old school RuneScape. So then RuneScape, the original platform, which everyone makes out to be like not the original RuneScape, it is the original RuneScape. It's evolved with every morph that they've done to it. I've got my original character. So this that I'm on is the original RuneScape, not old school RuneScape they just released, which is a copy of the original RuneScape that I'm actually on that's evolved to what it is today. So anyway, as you can tell, I got pretty emotional about that. And I'm like, why do you need old school RuneScape when you've got updated RuneScape and you can still do legacy and legacy controls, which is what the original old school RuneScape was in the first goddamn place. So it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. So you have all these other players leave the actual core of RuneScape to go to another version of RuneScape to start a whole new character. And I'm sorry, it's taken me 9 years to get 99 fishing. I'm not starting over. You guys are freaking high and retarded to go back to something you should have beat. If you actually quest, you wouldn't be playing old school RuneScape because you beat those quests 9 years ago. The only reason I got members is because I smashed all the free quests. Then I had to get members. Well, old school RuneScape was pretty much non-members areas. That's like the first 60 levels of your character. I mean, come on, people. So anyway, instead of using Legacy and staying in the real RuneScape, which has just evolved to give us better graphics and give you more capability of your combat style, people whined like little bitches and went back to old school. So then again, the core of actual RuneScape lost a huge chunk of population because of old school RuneScape. And to this day, I've got tools from my clan and guild PMing me going, man, you should really do old school RuneScape. And I'm just thinking to myself, dude, I beat it 9 years ago. Why would I want to go back and start at zero? You're an idiot. Come back to the real RuneScape and do your noob quests and your starter freaking beginner freebie quests. And there, you have your old school RuneScape. And click off of EOC combat controls. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But I'm going to show you the difference, and you guys will see. I'm hoping that you're really going to enjoy this. I'm going to walk you through RuneScape as we go here. But
down the top.
Let's see. So anyway,
hey guys, Moteplugs here, and we're back with another countdown video.
We're just going to turn off this and check messages. No. Oh. Okay, so
in this video, we're going to be counting down the top 10 facts that
top 10 facts. I'm covering the top 10 facts. So basically, guys, this is the first thing you want to do. You go to runescape.com. Up here, you click sign in, create an account. I'm going to sign in. It will save all your credentials. Okay. And as you see, I am on my main account page. And if I go, or on the main website, if you go to your account page, it double asks you for your password, so no one's hacking into your profile to change important information. As you see, I'm a member. It's only $9 a month, or once you get to higher levels and you can generate $11 million, which I can do pretty easily. 11 million is a bond. You get 14 days of membership for that. So if you can come up with 22 million a month, you got free membership. You can't beat that. Let's see. So here is my info on my character. This is my character sheet. I renamed myself Nabs of Old. It used to be Nabolja. I was the original founder of the Severed Hands Guild in 2007, which had a power vacuum when they released the clan system, and everybody wanted to be the owner, leader, founder of the Severed Hands Guild. So there ended up being 5 clans, and we managed to work it out a little bit in the beginning, but then it turned into a big power vacuum and everybody killed each other and we fell apart. And now, nearly 5 years later, there's handfuls of any of us in any of the branch clans, and we barely get along. So there you go. That's clans in a nutshell for you. As you can see, I'm right here. I'm near quest completion. This is non-member and member quests, 196 of 219. I've only got 20 some odd quests left to game completion. My fishing is my highest at 99. At 99 of any skill, you get a career cape, basically, or completionist cape. And once you get 2 of these 99s, it gets gold trimmed, and that's a pretty popular thing for people to want to get. Please upgrade your browser if you want to see us in 3D. Go to Google Chrome. Yeah, Google Chrome won't even play Google Hangouts. That's not an upgrade, that's a downgrade. Anyway, as you can see, if you're a member, it will preview all this information to any visitors that want to look you up on the RuneScape website. As you can see, I'm a loser. I've got 91 defense. But remember, folks, I did this over 9 years, these stats. And I pushed these stats just to hit quest requirements to do a quest. So basically, you get a quest, and then it'll say, you got to have 68 wood cutting and 90 strength. So if that quest required 90 strength, I'd have to go and power level my strength to be able to do the quest. So that's pretty much how I've leveled. I'm a quest leveler. So the stats you see here is the stats required to get up to the last 24 quests of the entire campaign world. So as you see, and then some of them I went above and beyond for money. So fishing was for money. Defense, the reason why this is so high is that when I was talking about earlier, your combat situation, you can set certain criteria. So your offense, defense, or aggressive, and then depending, it will give extra XP over to your defense score. So you have that on range, mage, and melee. So regardless, I have defense clicked on range, mage, and melee as my attack style. So every time I use magic or a weapon or shoot someone with my bow, it's going to give a fraction of XP to my defense score. So that's why it's so much higher than, say, my strength, which is my melee, ranged, or my mage, as you see somewhere here. Where's my, oh, magic's right there, 88. So as you can see, I'm a much stronger magic user than a melee fighter or a range fighter, but I'm pretty average overall. I'm between 80 and 88 on all three, which means I'm a pretty rounded combat technician. I can deliver anything with some pretty good accuracy. Anyway, so enough of that. I was just showing you kind of how those stats and how those, why do you need these stats? Well, each of these different abilities allow you to craft certain items, allow you to beat quests that allow you access to certain items other players don't get unless they do all the same hoops and all that you do. So as you get these levels unlocked, you get more abilities, special weapons that other people don't have because they didn't grind those levels that you did or get those quests done. So that gives you kind of an idea of that. Quests, let's see. Quests, this is a new layout, so I'm not really sure. If you look, my overall level is 1990. Isn't that funny? 1990. I'm level 1990. My combat level is 119, and my total XP is 62 million. So as you can see, now here in my quest, this is a new function. So now you can come right here, click on what I've completed. It'll show you a whole list of all the quests I've completed, and then a star ranking of difficulty. Now, the star ranking of difficulty is difficulty of the quest and the requirements of the what we call the recs, or skill requirements to do it. And as the skill requirements get higher, it goes into master, grandmaster status. So as you see, completed, and then as you see, these are 3s and 2s and 1s and maybe occasional 5-star. But you look at my in progress, these are all going to be higher rate. See, 4 or 5-star. These are the 4 I'm presently working on. And then if you look not started, I've got 9 that I haven't even begun yet. And this means I haven't even received the quest. These little quest compass. And then not eligible. Like, I can't even find the quest for these because there are other quests I haven't done yet, or the like. I don't have the skill requirements or whatever. Here's the activity. You can see actually what I've done recently. Yesterday, which was the 7th. Yep. All my skills hit over 59. So I have every skill, even my lowest one, is 59 at its very lowest. The next achievement is 60. So I just got to hit level 60 in farming, and then I get the level 60 cape achievement for 60 in all skills. I leveled up divination to 77. I leveled up my hunter to 68. This is trying to reach skill requirements. I leveled up thieving to 70, also reaching skill requirements for a quest. And I leveled up hunter to 65, also working on skill requirements for a quest. So these are all quest requirements. I need certain level caps, so I'm going through and I'm trying to level them as I can. Here are all my friends. It'll show you exactly. I've actually gone through and deleted a bunch of my friends because I just stuck with people that I actually know. And as you see, back in the day in 2007, the average daily limit that I would find on when I logged online would be 150,000 to 1.5 million people. And as you see, over the past 5 to 6 years, this has dropped considerably. 61,000 over all servers in all countries. Now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you a little bit here. The best way to play this on my PC, what I do is I go to blah, blah, blah. They've moved around some of this stuff. They've moved around a lot of this stuff. So what you would do is you would click play now, and then it will say launching RuneScape in browser, which you can do. But this is the problem. browser is a three-faceted utility. So it's going from the browser to their server, well, through their client to their server, from their server to the client to your browser. And there's a lot of room for error and lag and all that garbage. So instead of playing here on your browser, which you can do, what I suggest is on runescape.com. Here you see DarkScape Old School Chronicle. Ooh, what is this? Something new they're talking about releasing for beta. Ooh, Chronicle RuneScape Legends. That looks interesting. But anyway, as you see, they've got DarkScape and Old School up here. DarkScape is all PvP RuneScape. And they, from what I understand, my youngest son is playing it. He's 8. And he said that it's just like RuneScape, except for the areas are all split up into zones, and there's combat and all this, and zones are cordoned off by factions. And so if you're into PvP, this is what they've released for those bitching about not having PvP the way the old school was. Now, old school, again, like I said, is just legacy RuneScape. It's stuff that anyone that's played RuneScape is already beaten. If you played old school and beat it, your next step would be coming to present RuneScape. So I don't see the reason why even going to old school unless you just like the old point and click basic garbage with low quality graphics and very limited capability. If you want PvP world like RuneScape present with all the quests and more, DarkScape, but it's world PvP. And this Chronicle, I don't know. I haven't even investigated. But like I said, RuneScape itself, you can go in there, you download. What is your preferred PVM combat style? I would say mage. See, and they've got all these little questions and polls and stuff that you can participate in. Videos you can watch. They also have radio shows, your adventurer's log, grand exchange. You can follow prices. Here you also have your clans, Rune Labs. You can suggest changes. Here's info on our Severed Hands Guild. We're only at 100 members now. We've actually depopulated. Actually, we've gone up. We were at 50 and now we're at 100. What's going on? Something weird's happening here. Anyway, so needless to say, there's all that. So what you would do is get the companion, or not companion, the RuneScape. I don't even know where to find it now. Getting started, maybe. Game guide, getting started, beginner's guide. It'll tell you kind of the basics of things to do. How do I get started? There should be a download for the companion. I don't get this. Are you kidding me? This is retarded. It used to be, okay, ways to play, I guess. Game guide, ways to play. Here we go. Download the RuneScape client. And that's what I did. You can get it from Mac and for PC. You can also get this companion app for your phone. So that, you know, if you really tie in with your clan and your friends or whatever, you can chat with them over your smartphone, which I just installed on our smartphone. And it's pretty cool. You can chat with your clan and your friends. And you can also check the stock market, the markets, the grand exchange prices. If you go through a tutorial in game, it'll unlock your ability to actually buy, sell, and trade on the grand exchange right from your phone. So you can do, if you're good at merchanting and selling and buying goods, you can do it right over your phone. It's pretty amazing. And, you know, very convenient if you're just goofing off and want to chat with your friends. Again, you can play in your browser or get the app. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the client. So you go here, your desktop, which is where my client ended up being. We'll open that. and it will load. It's a Java app, so all it loads is a temp file. It's just got a temp file in your startup folder. And this is the new RuneScape. As you can see, they are in the middle of a Christmas season event. And they do this for every holiday. Every holiday. So as you see, you can pick World Select or free worlds, which are free to play. Basically, I suggest people starting there, free to play. It keeps track of your friends. You can even on the dashboard join chat channels, join clan chat, talk to your clan mates, adjust your graphic options, select a world by mini game and the like, which you'll get to know more about that. Up here, there's Treasure Hunter. It tells you Solomon's store, things you can buy online to put into your game, and their new events. They also have the calendars and the like, and you can access all of your internal stuff, Authenticator, Guardians, and all that. Again, never share your password login information with anyone. That's not called hacking. That's called stupidity. And with that, I'm going to log into the RP server. This is the roleplay server, and it will even tell you when you log in. Hey, you're in an RP server, and if you don't like the roleplay, to get the hell off the server. All right. And welcome, one and all, to RuneScape. And as you see, I'm kind of dressed a little stupidly. I'm dressed, I look like a creature of the wild with wings here. What that is this is an outfit. If we look here, I will just unlock this down here so I can enlarge. So it's going to lock, unlock. So the mic and camera and all that is messing with my latency, but whatever. So I'm zooming this out so you can see the items here. So yeah, these are items on my person, the top and the helmet and the like. But these are items that help me while I'm hunting. And again, this game is full of so many little intricacies when it comes to skilling and the like that it's crazy. Anyway, hold on one moment, and I'm going to access my bank, but I don't I don't I don't particularly want you hooligans knowing my particular password facilities. So just you know, one you know, uh uh so you know, uh you know, I'm just explaining that you want to put these password protections on your bank accounts and the like, because if you don't, then some hacker could hack your shit. Just saying. And you don't want that because it's a lot of work lost. Uh, anyway, so here we're in my bank, and inside my bank, as you can see, I can set up my tabs however I want. So I pretty much, like, I've got, this is my general dumping box. When I come into my bank, I just generally dump my stuff there into here. Whatever tab you're on when you drop your items in is where you is what you get, is where it goes. And whatever items in the top left corner will make the tab. So if I wanted to tab here and just drag an item in there, see, and then if I wanted, um, something different than that to represent that tab, I just move it around. It's pretty easy to figure out. Then I've got tons of pets. You just drop my pet. Anyway, let me show you around the little click to play universe. As you see, I'm clicking the ground to move. See, or you can click the map up here, and that way you don't actually click a character that you could potentially attack and accidentally click and attack them. As you see on your mini map, there's little logos for bank, teleport, spawn, weapons, you name it. We're in Varrock, which is the human capital city of what I would like to call the pompous shitbags of RuneScape. Live in Varrock. This is where the Grand Exchange is. It's kind of odd that this is the only market in all of RuneScape next to the high level stuff. And, next to the high level stuff. And they're, all 4 shops and bank locations are all in the same spot. They're not spread all over the world. Like there's a shop here. This is the exchange. And then I run over here. This is an exchange kiosk. And then I run to the north. There's an exchange kiosk up here. But then there's no exchange kiosks anywhere else in the world except for Pifidus, which is the high grandmaster level city that 99.9% of the players in RuneScape are just combat oriented, so they don't have the skills to even get into that city. So like I'm one of few that's still grinding to get there, but people are not. As you can see, you can open chat with people in the community, and whenever you talk to them, it just pops up over your head. Smile, you're on Candid Video Stream Live. See, and I say that to all them. No, they just blew us a kiss. He's doing his say so. Hello, YouTube world. Hello, Beer 420 fans. And he's doing emotes. You see the emotes there? He's summoning. So there's a guy standing here. He's helping someone with their bond. As you see, I can do a bunch of emotes myself. Seal of approval. Disappear. Grow into a life tree. These are unlock emotes. Nature's Might. Some of them you can purchase through the online store. Some are unlocked as awards for completing quests. Stuff like that. Here's the Maharat. And they also got audio. So let's see. Audio. For some reason, we're not getting the audio feed. Oh, I turned down everything. There we go. Here's one from the horror house that I got. It was an unlocked from a haunted house. Here's the Christmas one. Architect. I love Maharat. Check this out. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, here's the Rafflecopter. Infernal Power. Divine Power. Oh, I don't have that. Laugh Kano. Head in Sand. Here is Living on Borrowed Time, which is what that guy played earlier. The Grim Reaper shows up, tries to kill you. Lightning. Snow. Breathing Fire. Don't forget Freeze. Hat Trick. Snowman. Snow Dance. This is my 99 cape emote. When you get your 99 skill cape, you get an emote that goes with it. You click the cape emote if you're wearing the cape. But check this out. I'll go get my... I've got items too. Slayer is a skill where you go and you kill monsters that other players can't kill. So, like, imagine the monster is just like part of the environment, and a regular player goes by and they can't click on it or anything. Well, Slayer is the art of killing things that other players can't click on and kill. So as you level up in Slayer, you get access to higher and higher level monsters that are just part of the environment that no one can kill except for you. And as you do it, you get unlocks and different mastery rewards and stuff like that. I'm going to show you a couple of those. I'm also going to show you my cape and my Slayer helmet and my Elite Void outfit, because my Elite Void is very... anyway, so let's see. I just need my cape. I don't know. Okay, Veteran's Cape. There it is. Okay, so I'm coming out here. I'm going to put on my Veteran's Cape. And as you see, my Veteran's Cape, you get this cape for tenure in the game. This is my 5-year cape. I'm about to get my 10-year cape, but this is how long I've been playing the game. So this is my 5-year cape emote. The audio, as you can see, is Okay, this is the mask. This is a Slayer mask. This is dropped by Slayer monsters, and then as you kill certain types of Slayer monsters, which in this case is this is the Helm of Foulness, and it has you kill certain types of monsters. Now, as you kill them and you wear this mask, it charges the mask. And then as you see, if I right click it, it gives you different, it tells you, I have killed 945 aberrant specters. You can teleport. You can change the look from mask to just cover. Now it's a full mask. When you first get it, it's this is how you know. But then you get to transform into one of them. That's what the aberrant specters, I've killed 900 and some odd of. That's what they look like. Skeletons inside blobbish flesh. And then you can also, once you level it up, you can teleport. And like I said, this will take me right to Mortania, the Slayer world, and all that. So it's kind of cool, and like I said, you eventually, and Slayer is a member only, so you're gonna have to spend the $8 or $9, or see, and you can't change the mask to a full helmet if you haven't charged it with kills yet. So like this one, and this lets you change the look. Still can't do it until the helm is fully charged. So you have to get it fully charged before you can use the helmet to look like the monster you had to kill. So this one I killed more than enough. So I just turned into him. So as you see, those are Slayer rewards, and now this is also a Slayer reward. It's called the Slayer helmet, and this is the Elite Void outfit. So basically, it was a lot of work to get this outfit right here. That helmet, it just cost millions and millions to build. But all the materials you can get for it, you can get yourself and the like. But what I just want to show you guys is that there is a huge, deep, very complex game system here that is way underrated for what it offers. So I just want people to realize that this game is not just like any other game out there. This game is very in-depth, very, very detailed, and honestly, there are very few games that I can say compared to RuneScape in detail and depth. This game's just amazing. So anyway, like I said, that's if you enjoy point to click. It's not that hard. I'm going to show you a little bit of the combat here and show you how easy it is. It's just brainlessly simple. So let's just, I'm going to take, let's see. I guess I'm just going to take a wand. No, you know what? I'm not even going to use that. I'm just going to bring a fire staff, which should be right here. I'm just going to bring a fire staff and a basic bow. And we'll load up with some blue right bolts. Okay, so with the fire staff, I should be able to shoot spells regardless. Now, the idea is that there's only 3 combat styles: range, melee, or mage. Okay, now what applies? The weapon and your armor for defense. So basically, there's a combat tree. Melee smashes range, range shoots mage, mage fries melee. So just think of mage magic zapping armor. So mage versus melee wins. Melee versus range wins. Range versus mage wins. So how I think of it is arrow kills mage, mage shocks melee, melee slices ranger. So there's your combat tree. Now your defense scores are based off of your armor. Now with this elite that I've got here, which takes forever to get, I'll just tell you, this is a multi-class set of armor. That means that I don't have to have a suit of armor for my range gear. I don't have to have a suit of armor for my melee. I don't have to have a suit of armor for my magic. Instead, I've got one suit of armor that's multi-class, and then all I have to do is change my weapon. And see, so it makes PvP so much easier. So, as you see here, now my spell tree, this is EOC combat, Age of Evolution. We're going to go somewhere where we can just quickly show you some practice kills and the like. So let's where is a good area of death and destruction and mayhem? Let's see. Let's go to Yanil. Okay. There's a battle a short distance away. Oh, let's see. So we're going to go south. No, wait. Okay, so here's the Yanil teleport. As you see, anywhere in the world, you can hit M. And it'll bring up a location interactive map. You can zoom in and zoom out by scrolling with your scroll button on your cursor. Okay, now to show you, this is where we are. We were over here. And we just instant teleported over here because we unlocked the lodestone over here. There's lodestones. You can teleport around the world. And where are we going? As you see, we scroll up. There's the Tree Gnome Village. There's the battlefield. That's where we're headed so that we can kill some enemies and just kind of show you the different fight styles. And I'm just going to quickly show you the difference between Legacy and Evolution of Combat. Presently, we're in Evolution of Combat, which those who play World of Warcraft or ever did kind of understand the concept of that. You can set up this bar right here yourself in your options menu. So you go into your interface settings, and you can literally check your controls, your gameplay, combat settings. You can choose right here, see melee, which one's it going to focus on, your strength, your attack balance, or defense. See, I got my range stuck on my range, but I want it on defense because I want to level my defense up. And then in Age of Evolution, it's called Revolution Combat, Age of Evolution. You have 3 phases. Momentum, which does these certain things for you. Revolution, which does these things for you. Or full manual. So manual, I got to click these myself. Revolution, when my spells buff up down here, say this one buffs up and lights up, Revolution will AI, it will go, okay, spell, boom, 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 this lit up, boom, it'll do well. So it's brainless combat. And then momentum, which will build up your spell base and shoot them as they get really powerful. Then if you click here, Legacy, that button, this is the old school RuneScape controls I was telling you about. You can simply click this, and you are now in the old school format of RuneScape. And if you come in here, look, see my buttons are gone? All of them are gone. Because now it's going to robotically only do one of 3 or 4 controls, which is what Legacy is. It's basically one-click combat system. It's the most basic, primitive piece of garbage that you could ever have for a combat system. Click it and forget it. So, example, right here, I'm going to get up to this combat field, and I'm just going to click on an enemy and show you how Legacy works. There is no thought process to Legacy. This is the old school RuneScape, and there is no So I'm going to attack this tortoise just because I can. Oh, it won't let me because I got to choose a spell format. So I go here, I click my spell, and apparently I can't use any spells with what I presently have. How is that possible? I should have fire at the least. Anyway, so no fire for me. So let's do this. We'll go to the range, and then auto retaliate is on. We're going to go here, pick a range combat style. You don't need range abilities. You just point and click. So now I'm pointing and clicking, and it's this brainless. See how he's just shooting? No control over it. He's just shooting. All right, he's dead. And then in here under your skull or your helmet, look, now they're all attacking me. I'm level 119. They're not even going to scratch me. But as you can see, I'm just slaughtering all these stupid gnomes, which I'm really friends with them. But it's definitely delayed audio recording here. There's our worn equipment, skills. Yeah, none of those functions work. So it's literally, I'm trying to find where the combat tree is. I don't even, oh, here we are. So here we are when you click the combat tree, which is this little thing right here. You have your prayer. But anyway, when you click the combat tree, that sword in this menu, that covers everything. So you can gain range XP, do balance, or gain defense, and then your auto retaliate on or off, and then the special of your weapon. This is legacy. Okay, so if I click this guy, I can balance. This is my only option. I can balance attack for XP. I can range XP combat only, or I can put part of it towards my defense score. Ooh la la. Then I pick up the loot, loot all. This loot all is a new addition. It used to be so much more of a headache. You couldn't just loot all. Anyway, so that is how that combat works with Legacy. Now we're going to open this up. Or wait, here, let me show you. So now we're going to switch in Legacy. I'm going to show you how easy it is to switch. We've got all class gear, so we don't have to worry about our armor. We are going to click over and become a melee with this whip. Okay, so we go back here. Look, I changed to the whip, and now I have the option of attack, strength, balance. This is the most brainless combat system that you could have. Look, one crack of my whip, and I just killed that. One crack of my whip, I one hit that turtle. But see, this is your only option. Quick attack, strength, defense, or balance, and it's only where your XP is going. There is no style change. See, now I'm going to show you the next phase. We're going to come out of this. Dukes of Khazard. There's also tasks and distractions and stuff you can do. So now, see how this is, and I'm on my whip. It's not that confusing. Regardless of what weapon you switch to, when you go back to your combat tree, see, here's magic, defense, balance, or magic. You don't have any detail of anything. Just where you want to put your XP. That's it. Whether you want audio retaliate on, if someone hits you, you hit them back. And if your weapon has a special ability, you can hit that button there. This is all old school RuneScape is for combat. Okay? Now, this is new school, which is the evolution of combat that has evolved in the original game. So we're going to go back into interface settings. And this is how quick it is to change it. And people still, You unclick it right there. Bam. I'm back in EOC. Now, it makes things really complicated, which means, okay, even if I'm wearing full, like, all-class armor, when I switch to my bow, if you look, it's not switching to my bow down here. So I have to switch to the bow skill tree loadout, and then I attack. Now, I can let, depending on my settings, this one is the automatic revolution. See, it's casting the spells. I'm not clicking anything. So you can click with your cursor, or you can hit 1 through 0, or if you're on revolution system like I am, which you can tell by this right here, revolution mode. As you can tell, you're in revolution mode with this logo right here, and it's going to logo revolution all my spells. I click once, set it, and skip. Then I click my heart right here. Once I'm out of combat, see the yellow bar above my head? Like in WoW or any of that. So that's a rage bar. So as soon as I'm out of combat, I will eat up that rage bar because I click that heart, it will regenerate me, which is something Legacy does not have. You can't do that in Legacy. No rage bar. So I don't get why people want to go back to Legacy, because like right here, I can PVM, PvP, whatever. If I can get myself disengaged and out of combat, I don't need to be carrying food. I can just hit this rage meter, my adrenaline. I can heal myself, which is about to happen as soon as this last gnome falls. It will automatically do it once I phase out of combat. It'll do it automatically. Okay, so no one's shooting at me. They're all dead. Just killed like 10 more gnomes and a war tortoise. See? And it's healing me at 178. Now, how much does it heal you? Well, it heals you dependent on your defense skill, I believe, which is your defense and your prayer. Which in my case, my prayer score is pretty high, and my defense is pretty high. So I'm getting 170 something. So with my defense at 91 and my prayer at 70, I'm getting 170 something in heal when I regenerate in Evolution of Combat system. So as you can see, Evolution of Combat is pretty badass, minus the fact that when you click on a weapon of a different type, you got to come down here and change your combat layout so that your revolution will choose the right buttons. See, like right now, if I put this on Mage and I'm on a melee weapon and I click on an enemy, it's not going to attack him with the full force of what my ability is. See, I'm just slapping him. Though he's only level 44 and I'm level 119, so I'm obviously killing him without much problem. But if we go over here to my other layout, specifically for, melee combat, it'll EOC Revolution into the higher buffs and kill him in 2 hits instead of 3 or 4. See? So, as you can tell, Evolution of Combat is a much more complicated system if you want it to be, but it can also be quite simple. Anyway, so that is my small introduction to RuneScape, and let me take you to the new starting zone of RuneScape in the world. I'm going to fade out of here. I do thank you guys for tuning in to my depths and dive into RuneScape, and I hope that you enjoyed that. And like I said, even as free to play, it's a very immersive game, in my opinion. And this is the new starter town. It used to be Lumbridge, and now it's Taverley, which in the history of RuneScape was actually the home of the herbalists back in the old day of 2007. This used to be a members-only area, and now it is a free-to-play access area that actually provides the starter position when you enter the game by coming through. This is the local bank, but this dwarf over here. Ashdale is the new starter town, so this is Tutorial Island, if you will. It used to be lumbering, but that island went underwater. They launched a new tutorial area, and then it went to Ashdale, and now they're about to release a new tutorial island all over again. Or a quest, I believe, that goes to the old island of the original 2007 series. But if you see, you come here, you go through an introductory storyline, and it teaches you all the aspects of the game. You talk to the NPCs in the village, and then finally, after saving the village, attack of a giant monster, and you do so, and you have to save the ship of a giant monster in the harbor, and once you do so, that is the end of the tutorial island. It used to be saving Lumbridge from a dragon. I guess after millions of us have done that, the dragon finally did actually die. And you just saved this island. With a giant squid attack. Did I say spoiler alert? Copper is gold and changeable silver. Anyway, that really didn't make much sense. So anyway, I want to thank you guys again for tuning in to my steampunk-ish introduction to RuneScape and all of your wondrous options and beginner setups and the like for RuneScape. And I do thank you guys for being here. And again, stay tuned next time. I am going to take you on the underground quest tour of all the intertwinings of what is in RuneScape. Meaning, there's more than just the surface of RuneScape. There's other dimensions, there's other portals, there's the abyss, there's subways, there's boats, boat rides, steam tunnels, dude, you name it, it's there, it's in RuneScape, and because I am a severe quester, I have unlocked 90% of this stuff, and I am just going to take you on a roller coaster ride of the backstage of RuneScape, a quester's guide to the back doors to RuneScape, and with that, thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you very much, and it's been good seeing you, and I hope to see you next week for another Inside of RuneScape with me, Nabs of Old of the Severed Hands Guild. Come on along and join us. Until then, don't be trapped inside the glass box. All right, and bleep 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 bleep. That's all. Folks. That's all, folks.